Welcome to the Meet Damien channel, guys. I am Damien, and we're going to take a look at the crypto market and Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at the charts here to figure out where the price might go next. Is Bitcoin getting a bounce back? Is Bitcoin bottoming out? I'm starting to see a little bit of signs of it, but we'll take a look at the charts to see what the charts have to say about that. And I'll be taking some of your requests on any particular cryptos you guys want me to look at. And then we'll look at the charts to see where some of these cryptos might be bottoming out at, if they are bottoming out, or do we continue to go down lower. So yeah, let's get right into it. I am looking at the Bitcoin CME futures, okay? CME futures, this is a Chicago Mercantile Exchange futures. They also trade Bitcoin over there on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. This is where some of the large institutions, the banks, if they want to get involved with Bitcoin, if some of these guys on Wall Street, some of these institutions on Wall Street want to get involved with Bitcoin, they go on to the futures exchange here to buy Bitcoin or even short sell Bitcoin. They use this to hedge their positions, and because these guys do trading and investing for a living, the price that you see here is usually the price that you're gonna get for Bitcoin, okay? And I like looking at the data on this chart, the CME futures here, to give me an idea as to like what might come next for Bitcoin, what the more sophisticated professional investors are doing with their Bitcoin positions, okay? So yeah, let me get right into it. I gave you the short synopsis about the CME futures here and why I'm going to look at it. They're saying right now that Bitcoin price should be about $84,800 here on the CME futures. You can see that's not too far off from where the price of Bitcoin is currently trading at on Coinbase Exchange right here at $84,000. So the futures contracts, the way they work is it's about a month out, so they have a little bit of a premium built into it, because you can literally buy a futures contract right now and it won't expire until the end of next month, the end of March in this case. So that's why the price is a little bit higher, because you could buy now, and they're anticipating that the price will probably be higher on Bitcoin about a month from now, about roughly like $500 more than what you can get, $600 more than what you can get on the exchanges right now. Okay, just to give you an idea for those who are new to investing and new to the futures exchange. But anyways, they're predicting the price at $84,600 here. And I wanted to show you that the moving averages here, the 200-day moving average is a very key average to look at, because even though Bitcoin is kind of getting a slight bounce right now, off of like the $78,000 level, which we saw like last night, early this morning. Some of this happened while a lot of you guys were sleeping, probably. We got a bounce off the $78,000 level, and Bitcoin is currently trading at $84,000. But this 200-day red line right here, this 200-day moving average on the CME futures, is saying that Bitcoin should get a lot of support at like $76,000 if Bitcoin continues going down for whatever reason here. About $76,500 is where that CME 200-day moving average is at. Okay, so I would probably, if I'm still bullish on Bitcoin and crypto, I would put some of my buy orders in at like $76,000, $77,000, because there should be some support there. And there's another reason why I would put my buy orders in at $76,000, $77,000, which we came close to last night and early this morning. We came down to $78,000 on Bitcoin. So it is possible that you could get filled. You could get some Bitcoin at that price if you're interested in buying some more Bitcoin and buying some more crypto. But I want to show you guys here a gap here in the CME futures. Okay, so there's like this gap right here back on Friday, November 8th. And then the futures market, it opened on Monday, November 11th. There's a CME gap. For those who don't know why a gap occurs, the futures market, they close every Friday, okay? And then they open up again on Monday. So over the weekend, at least on the first week of November here, after Donald Trump got elected. To give you some reference here, Bitcoin was going up in price on like the Bitcoin exchanges, and then the futures market had to catch up to when it opened up on Monday, November 11th. It had to catch up and predict the price to be at like, in this case, it opened at $81,000. So there was a gap here at like $77,000. Okay. And then, of course, you know, the price followed along on the futures. You can see there's also another gap here on Monday, December 16th. You can see a little small gap here. The gaps do happen between, you know, if the price moves significantly on a Friday going into the following week on the next Monday. You get some gaps. You can see that we also had like another gap right here. This on Monday, February 24th, going into Tuesday. That can happen even during the middle of the week here if there's significant price action, because the futures market, that they usually do close around like from between like 5 to 6 p.m. But anyways, what I'm trying to get here with the gap is that there was a significant gap here that never got filled, and gaps usually get filled. So a lot of people were eyeing this gap, saying that if Bitcoin does come down in price, it's probably going to come in and fill in that gap right there at like $77,000, $79,000. Matter of fact, let's be more precise here. The gap happened, let's see, Bitcoin closed out on Friday, November 8th at like $77,360, and then the next Monday it opened at 81,210. So you could say the gap did get filled this Friday here, okay, because we came down to like $78,600. Officially, I mean, we should come down a little bit more to fill in that gap at like 77,360. So we didn't really fill it entirely, but we're close to it. We could come in and probably fill in that gap either next Monday or next Tuesday here. And that's why I think that even though we're kind of getting a bounce back right now, we still might be in for just a little bit more pain going into Monday and Tuesday of next week. If the CME, the more sophisticated Bitcoin investors, if they decide that they want to bring the price down and fill in that gap, we'll probably get filled in at like $78,000, $77,000. And then we also have the 200-day moving average at like $76,000, $76,500. So I'm expecting a lot of buying action occurring, and then maybe we get a V-shaped recovery. If not, maybe we're getting that V-shaped recovery right now, because as I'm speaking right now, the price of Bitcoin is going slightly up right now. 84,680 on the CME futures, and we're getting the beginnings of a price reversal here. This is what we would call a hammer candle for those who do candlestick patterns here and follow what these candlesticks are shaped like. It looks like to me like this is the handle of the hammer, and then of course this is the part of the hammer that would hit the nail. Okay, and the hammer candle, right, shows that sellers try to push the price down, but buyers came in and they pushed the price back up again. And there's a lot of buying action. A lot of people love Bitcoin below $80,000. And we're getting the beginnings of a price reversal. Now, I would like to see going into, you know, in this case, it would be Monday of next week. I want to see a green candle show up and do a price reversal and get some follow through here, where we could possibly get back to this 100-day moving average at like $90,000. That would definitely get people a little bit more bullish here on Bitcoin if we can see $90,000 one more time here. Okay, but if we just go sideways here and we stay in the mid 80s, or if we come down to like the 70s again, then this hammer candle, which has the potential of pushing the price up, it will get negated and neglected, and you know, we're gonna probably see Bitcoin try to actually get an actual test of the 200-day moving average at like $76,000. $76,500 is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin if we're not able to get the reversal, which looks like we're trying to get that reversal going today. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow and Sunday. And tomorrow and Sunday, you're not going to be able to use the CME futures to follow the price. Okay. You're gonna have to actually go into one of the exchanges here on TradingView. I'm using the TradingView chart here, and I can just use the data off of Coinbase here, and you can see that Coinbase is saying that right now Bitcoin is traded at $84,368 on their cryptocurrency exchange, and you can see that here it shows that we actually came below the 200-day moving average here on Bitcoin. Okay, the 200-day moving average on Coinbase exchange right here. It says that Bitcoin should be at 81,996. That red number right here. Okay, 81,996, which we're currently above, but we actually came below that earlier this morning. Bitcoin was at like $78,160. Okay. And you can see that this one is also creating a hammer candle. We want to see Bitcoin. I want to see Bitcoin turn this red candle into a green candle, and I want this to be a hammer candle. And if I'm trying to be bullish on Bitcoin here, right? This is what I want to see. Okay, and I want to see Bitcoin get up to $85,000. Before we got like 2.5 more hours. We got like 2 hours and 47 minutes left to go before this candle closes. I want to see $85,000 in the next 2 hours here for Bitcoin, because that would be a very nice solid hammer candle, which would then lead me to believe that we could then be bullish going into tomorrow, Saturday. And then tomorrow on Saturday, I want to see another green candle, which gets us up to like the high 80s here, possibly touching $90,000 this weekend. And if we can get up to $90,000 before Sunday, we're looking at almost like a V-shaped recovery on Bitcoin, and it's going to look something like this, okay? You want to see us get up to basically $90,000 by tomorrow, okay? And then you want to see us continue on to like $95,000 by Sunday. And then, what that will look like is if I go into the weekly chart here on Bitcoin, okay? This red candle might even turn green, and it will look like a hammer candle. And my God, if we get a hammer candle on the weekly chart here, then for damn sure you can be back on. We could say that we're back and Bitcoin is bullish, and this was just a higher low on the weekly chart here. And just looking at the weekly chart here, we got the 21, this white line, the 21 moving average here is currently sitting at 90,285. If Bitcoin can get back up back to $90,000 again, then that's going to create a lot of panic buying for everybody that sold Bitcoin and crypto earlier this week. They're going to be like, damn, I just missed out on buying Bitcoin at $84,000. I missed out on buying Bitcoin below $80,000. And now here we are, we got Bitcoin at $90,000 or $95,000. They're going to feel like they missed the dip, and they're going to probably do a little bit of revenge trading and try to get back into Bitcoin again at $90,000. Okay? So that's what we want to see. We want to see a V-shaped recovery, because if we see a V-shaped recovery and we get back to like $90,000 or $95,000 this weekend, before Sunday, before roughly 7 p.m. East Coast time here in the United States, if we can get back to like $90,000 or $95,000 on Bitcoin, then this was all a bad dream. It's a V-shaped recovery, and it's very bullish. We could actually start heading towards $100,000 on Bitcoin in no time here if we get this V-shaped recovery. Because looking at the weekly chart, you could consider this to be a higher low, okay? And on the weekly chart, we also have some support here on this green line at $74,800, okay? So there is some support here for Bitcoin at the $70,000 level. Also, looking at the Fibonacci analysis here, we have the $77,142 level is also a fib level, okay, that is going to give us some support. That's the 0.236 retracement. That's measuring from basically when Bitcoin started running towards the end of October all the way to where we got as high as like $109,000 here on January 20th. That I measured those levels here, and we had that deep retracement at 0.236 at $77,000. So there's a lot of buyers coming in, and we might get the month of March to be a bullish month for Bitcoin. I see Darren's in the chat. Glad to see you made it out, Darren. Appreciate you coming out. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out if you're coming in and out. But I appreciate you coming on to the live stream here. If anybody else is in the live stream, go ahead and say hi. I really don't know who's on the live stream here unless you guys actually say hi in the live chat. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out to the stream here. Yeah. I gave you guys the bullish case on Bitcoin. We'll take a look, since we zoomed out here on the weekly chart, we'll take a look at the 2-week chart because I saw something very interesting on the 2-week chart here for Bitcoin. Look at the 2-week chart here, okay? The 2-week chart, this white line, the 21 EMA, says that Bitcoin was also going to get support at like $77,600, okay? And we came down to, we came close, we came to 78,160. So we pretty much almost touched that white EMA here, which should act as support for Bitcoin, okay? Because just going back, looking at history here during the bull run, okay, we usually use that 21 EMA as a point where we would bounce off, okay? Look at here back in August, and also here in July, we came below the 21 EMA on the 2-week chart here for Bitcoin, but we did not stay below it for too long. Matter of fact, during these 2 weeks, we closed above it. We closed above it in August. We came down below towards the end of August of 2024, and then we did a quick reversal the next candle here, and we closed above it, and we just used that as support, and then boom, you know, we had that pump up in October and November of last year. But you know, ever since we came down to the 21 EMA in January of 2023, you know, we stayed above it, right? We stayed above it. We went, you know, sideways. We came right to it, but then once we came right to it, we went back above again, and you know, we traded up and to the right since then. So this white line, this 21 EMA on the 2-week chart, okay, is almost like a last line of defense to be bullish here on Bitcoin and crypto, and we got support off of it so far. Okay, we'll see what happens going into the month of March here. Okay, let me go ahead and zoom out again one more time. I'll look at the monthly chart now, and you can see that, yeah, okay, yep. This last candle here, this red candle, you know, Bitcoin is down 17% for the month of February. Excuse the dogs in the background that are barking, but yeah, Bitcoin actually had a pretty bad month here in February, okay, down 17%, but if we can get like the next day or two and we can get right back up to like $90,000, it's not going to be that bad of a red candle if we can get up there, and it could you know, just be, right now it's a bearish engulfing candle, which is not good, okay? But this, you know, if we get the V-shaped recovery, this could just be all a bad dream. And then going into the month of March and April, we could start seeing some green candles again here, where Bitcoin could possibly get back up to the all-time high again. Wouldn't that be such a shame for all the short sellers and people who are trying to buy Bitcoin at lower prices here? You might have had your chance this week, okay? We did have a bad week here for Bitcoin. Look at this here. Let me just get rid of this this drawing here. But you know, it's been rough, and I have to admit, it's been rough. You know, since the beginning of this week on Sunday, you know, we had 1 red candle, 2, 3, 4 red candles here on the daily chart. Then we actually had a green candle yesterday, even though we went down as low as like $82,000. And then today, we actually went down lower, but now we're getting this this hammer candle, which could be a price reversal. Another reason why I'm a little bit bullish going into the weekend here on Bitcoin is we can see that the stochastics are low. I mean, they could stay low and we could just, you know, continue going down lower. But, you know, with low stochastics, it's not that bad to throw your, you know, to dollar cost average into Bitcoin at these prices here. Because you might get rewarded where the stochastics go back up again. The price of Bitcoin should go back up again. And I'm really looking to see if we get this V-shaped recovery. If we get this V-shaped recovery, that's very bullish for Bitcoin. But if we start going sideways, then I'm going to start losing faith in this possibility of us recovering and going to higher prices. And then I'm expecting if we go sideways, we'll most likely continue going down, and then we'll see just how Bitcoin reacts at like the $77,000 level here. Okay, that's where I myself, I have a buy order in at $77,000. If Bitcoin goes down to $77,000, I actually have it at $77,777. Okay, lucky number 7. I got a buy order in, ready to scoop up some Bitcoin at that price. If we go down to that price level, okay? Because I feel like there's a lot of things on the charts here that say that Bitcoin should get support at that level, okay? But maybe right now we've had people front running the $77,000 level, and we might not ever see $77,000 during this bull run here. Okay, we'll see how this hammer candle finishes. Like I said, I want to see Bitcoin get to $85,000 before. I mean, we got like two more hours left in this daily candle here. 2.5 hours left. So, in about like 2 more hours, if we can see Bitcoin at $85,000, it might be game on for a V-shaped recovery this weekend. And then I want to see Bitcoin try to go up and punch the short sellers in the mouth and go up to like $90,000 before the end of Saturday. Okay, let's look at the liquidation heat map on Bitcoin. Okay, we'll see what the liquidation looks like here. Let's go into the 24-hour chart here. We're looking at Bitcoin futures on the Binance chart here, where there's a lot of people with buy orders and sell orders. Binance is actually the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, bigger than any of the exchanges in America. They have a lot of money circulating in that cryptocurrency exchange, so that's why I like looking at this exchange, because you're getting a lot of data off of this exchange. And it's saying right now that Bitcoin futures, we do have some yellow here. About $50 million of liquidation at 85,550. So that's where the short sellers are putting their stop losses at. If we go up to $85,000, we're gonna push through and actually liquidate those short sellers, and we'll probably go up to higher prices if we can get up to $85,000. Now, if we're not able to go up to $85,000 and we start going sideways, that means the short sellers are going to start putting in more stop losses at $86,000, and the price might start going down towards lower prices here. And then now the people who are long in Bitcoin, their stop losses are at like 82,800 here. You have like $67 million of liquidation at that level. So the price could come down there if we're going to be bearish here on Bitcoin and crypto. But yeah, that's a good level to look at. It looks like we got some the guardrails are in between $85,000 and $83,000 is where Bitcoin might bounce up and down throughout the rest of this day here, going into tomorrow. I think I did enough talking about Bitcoin. Let's take a look at some of these other cryptos here. We'll look at XRP, Ripple. Okay, see how Ripple's doing on the charts here. And then we'll look at Ethereum, and we'll look at some of the other cryptocurrencies as well. Looking at XRP. XRP currently trading at $2.14. I got the daily chart here. XRP was actually one of the strongest cryptocurrencies out of the high market cryptos, even stronger than Bitcoin, because look at this. Okay, Ripple is not even at the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is below Ripple right now. 200-day moving average is currently sitting at $1.52. Okay, and Ripple's currently trading at $2.14, down about 2.5% today. Okay. But if Ripple continues to go down to lower prices here, I expect that $1.50 is going to be where Ripple investors start showing up to start buying some more Ripple here. And I'm expecting a bounce off of the 200-day moving average for Ripple if Ripple comes down to that level. Okay. You also see that there's some sideways trading action here on Ripple at like $1.40 and $1.50. So I'm expecting $1.40, $1.50 to be defended by the bulls for Ripple and XRP. If I turn on the VRVP, you'll see these green and red lines here. The point of control for Ripple is at $2.40. So Ripple, if it is bullish, it will start climbing, and it's going to probably try to recapture the $2.40 level here. But if we're bearish on Ripple, there is a gap here on the VRVP, and it's showing that, you know, once again, $1.50 should be where Ripple gets some support if Ripple decides to go down to lower prices here. But the bullish case, if Ripple does go to higher prices, is, you know, I see Ripple going to $2.40. It'll probably stay at that area for a little bit, and then, you know, we do have a VRVP gap going to higher prices here, and then we have a high volume node at like $3.14 is where Ripple might take a pause as it you know, if Ripple climbs up to higher prices. So, you know, you can see Ripple probably climb up to $1 higher than where it is right now, okay, before Ripple takes a chill pill if it does become bullish here. So that's Ripple, okay. That's my analysis on Ripple. Let's move on to Ethereum for my Ethereum investors and viewers out there. Ethereum is actually not as bullish as Ripple, okay? Let me just clean things up here a little bit. Ethereum is actually below all of the moving averages on the daily chart here, and below the more crucial 200-day moving average, which is this red line here. So Ethereum is more bearish than Ripple and Bitcoin, to be honest with you. And Ethereum has had some bad days here. Obviously, you see all these red candles here. Where could Ethereum get some support? All right, well, it looks like Ethereum is already at the support level. We've seen Ethereum had like a bad August where it got down, you know, August of last year, it got down to like $2,116, which is also kind of like where it went down to back in early February 3rd, when it went to $2,150. And then today we actually saw Ethereum go below 2,100. It went down to $2,073. Okay, so 2,100 seems to be the support level for Ethereum as of now. Okay, anything lower than that, and I would start to get even more worried about Ethereum. Let me go ahead and turn on the VRVP here, and it will show you these green and red bars here. If Ethereum is not able to hold $2,100, then we have some more support here at like 2,030, okay, for Ethereum. And then we have a gap that takes us down to like $1,800 on Ethereum, okay? So if Ethereum can't hold 21, then it's going to come down to 2,000. If it can't hold 2,000, it's going to come down to 1,800, okay? That's the bearish case on Ethereum if Ethereum continues going down lower prices here. But if Ethereum gets bullish here, we do have a high volume node currently sitting at like $2,600 on Ethereum. So, you know, if Bitcoin does the V-shaped recovery going into this weekend, and we see Bitcoin get to, I would say if Bitcoin gets up back into $90,000 or $95,000 in that area before Sunday, you'll see Ethereum go up as well to like the $2,600 level, okay? And then, of course, the point of control where most Ethereum investors were trading and settling at is at $3,300, and that is my long-term price target for Ethereum going into the month of March. If Ethereum catches some bids and we get some revenge trading and people get bullish on Ethereum again, I'm expecting Ethereum to chill out at like $3,300 before the end of March. If we're bullish, if we get this recovery going on in crypto. So that's the bullish case on Ethereum. Let's move on to Solana. Solana, let's see. Let me get rid of this previous chart information here. Solana currently trading at $146. Okay, it's actually up 6% today. Solana is also just as weak as Ethereum is, weaker than Ripple and weaker than Bitcoin, because Solana on the daily chart here is below all these moving averages here, below the crucial 200-day moving average at $184. And you can see that the point of control right now for Solana is this blue line here, which is currently sitting at roughly $143. So we're actually at the point of control for Solana. This is where a lot of volume, a lot of traders been buying and selling Solana at. So most people are pretty much at break even right now with Solana being at $145. So there might not be any more selling action on Solana at these prices. If we lose $145, then I would expect more sellers to start selling as people start to give up on their Solana positions here. Geez, if we lose $145 on Solana, you know, look out below, because I have to zoom out a little bit, but you can see that we have, looking at the VRVP here, we have, oh wait, why did it just disappear on me? It was showing me some volume here. Okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. Reset. Okay, so we have the next high volume node here at like $110 Solana, and then some more volume here at like $100. So Solana could come down to 110 or 100 bucks a coin before people would just be break even again at that level. And geez, if we lose $100, you know, we could see Solana come right down to like $80 here. That's a very, very bearish case for Solana if Solana does come down to that level. Okay. But you know, if Solana can get its act into gear and if we get a V-shaped recovery with Bitcoin going into the weekend, going into next week, then you know, we have some high volume here at 166 bucks, and then we also have 180 bucks. And the 180 bucks is probably my short-term price target if I'm going to be bullish on Solana, because you know, right now that's where the 200-day moving average is on Solana at $184. I would expect Solana to like try to climb back up again and then get some resistance at that level. Okay. It needs to break through $184 for me to be bullish again on Solana. And then if Solana does break through $184, then you got the next high volume node here at like 220 bucks for Solana. And then you also got a point of control at 237, okay? But, you know, right now we just got to see if Solana can just show us some bullish price action. And I would say, like, in the near term, I would like to see Solana at $184. That's like the same thing as me saying, like, I want to see Bitcoin at $95,000 before I can start being bullish again on these cryptos. Okay, Bitcoin back at $95,000. I would expect to see Solana recapture the 200-day moving average at $184. Okay, so that's my bullish case there for Solana. Let's take a look at SUI. For you SUI investors out there, SUI a little bit more bullish than Solana, okay? Only because it is actually trading near the 200-day moving average. The last few days it was actually trading above the 200-day moving average, but we're slightly below the 200-day moving average. But this might be where traders and investors decide to defend the price of SUI at. And if we get that V-shaped recovery on crypto and Bitcoin, then I'm expecting SUI to come back to the point of control at this blue line here at $3.46. Is the first short-term bullish target for SUI. And then after SUI can get above that 346, then I'm expecting this VRVP gap to get filled up, and then we could see SUI come up to like basically $4.20, you know, $4.20. Which happens to be like right where the 100-day moving average is sitting at. Actually, no, it's a little bit above that. So, you know, $4 and $4.20 would possibly be where SUI goes to if Bitcoin goes back up to like $95,000 or higher. I would actually see, I would like to see SUI get, you know, bullish again, and it would probably be at the $4 level if that's the case. Okay. But you know, the bearish case on SUI, right, is we lose the 200-day moving average, which is currently sitting at $2.84, and then we come down probably to the VRVP point of control at $1.75 for SUI. Yeah, that would be the next bearish target for SUI if SUI is not able to maintain these the prices that it's at right now. Okay, we could see $1.75 as the next level for SUI that it would need to defend. And by golly, if you can't defend that, then you're gonna see SUI come back to $1. Okay, in the low $1 area here, and that would pretty much negate this whole bull run that SUI had. You know, so we saw $1 SUI back in September of last year. So we'll see if the bulls start to show up here, you know, and at least defend $1.75. If you're looking to get some cheaper SUI, you can put your buy orders in at $1.75 or $2 SUI, because that's where I would expect a bounce back or bounce off that level if we do go down to those levels here. But SUI is trying to get that bounce back right now, so be on the lookout for that going into this weekend. Like I said, if we get the V-shaped recovery on Bitcoin, we could see SUI go up to $3 and then probably head to $4 if Bitcoin is back at like $95,000 here. Okay, that's the bullish case for SUI. Let's take a look at a few more cryptocurrencies, and then I'm gonna end this live stream unless I get some more requests here. We'll take a look at Cardano. Cardano currently trading at 62 cents here, just shy of 63 cents. And Cardano is also in the same area as SUI, toying with the 200-day moving average at 66 cents here. We're slightly below that 200-day moving average. If I'll give the bearish case first, and I'll give you the bullish case on Cardano here. If Cardano is not able to maintain the prices and get above the 200-day moving average, which is only 3 cents away, if we can get above 66 cents, then maybe we can start being bullish on Cardano. But if Cardano starts going sideways and starts trading down here, then we have a VRVP cap that could take us down to about 44 cents on Cardano. And then there's another VRVP cap that could take us down further to like 35 cents on Cardano. That's the bearish target for Cardano if Cardano is not able to maintain and stay up at these prices here. Okay, but if Cardano is bullish, then, you know, we want to see Cardano recapture the 21 EMA here, which is around like 75 cents here. Okay, and then, you know, we got some VRVP high volume node here at like 80 cents, so Cardano could jump up to 80 cents if we get that V-shaped recovery, which we're going to be looking for. We're going to be on alert for the V-shaped recovery this weekend. That's what we want to see if we want to be bullish on crypto here. We want to see these cryptos just knock everybody's knock the short sellers and punch them in the mouth, and, you know, a very violent, it has to be violent, it has to be a violent V-shaped recovery, which just scares the short sellers away, gets the people that panic sold to panic buy back in again. And you know, if that's the case, then you can see Cardano come back right up to $1, okay, which is the next high volume node here. And then you got the point of control sitting at like $1.08, okay. That would you know, throw people in for a loop here if we could see Cardano back at $1, okay. And if Cardano gets back to $1, then you can say, yeah, we're still in the bull run, and this was just a bad dream, and this was just the low. And you know, I also like the fact that you know, we have seen a low here back on February 3rd where Cardano came down to like 55 cents, and we almost came down to that level again at 57 cents today. This could be a double bottom for Cardano, okay. And the way a double bottom plays out is you just measure from where the bottoms are at, okay, at like 55 cents. You measure the top in between the two bottoms here, okay, and you take that measure move, you put it on top of the top in between the two bottoms, and it says that the price target should be about $1.05 for Cardano if the double bottom plays out with the measure move, okay. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, a lot of things are saying that Cardano could go back to $1 if if you know we're still in this bull run here on crypto. Okay. All right, let's move on to AVAX, and then I'll do Aptos, and then I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. AVAX, right? Currently trading at $22. Okay. AVAX is I mean that right there is also kind of like a double bottom right there on the candle wicks here on the daily chart. You know, AVAX Avalanche came down to like $20.22 today, and then we saw that around $20.30 on Tuesday. That could be a double bottom, which, you know, hey, you know, we're learning something here about double bottoms. You measure the from the bottom of the double bottoms to the top in between the two bottoms, and you take that measure move, which is a little bit small right now, but you put it towards like where the top of the top is and between the two bottoms, and it says, you know, in the short-term target, we could see AVAX get back to $24.79, that blue number right there. And $24.79 is kind of like where the 21 moving average is. So yeah, I mean, this thing could get back up to the 21 EMA, that white line right there. And then we want to see AVAX, if it is going to be bullish, you know, get above $25 where this high volume is at. And then we want to see it recapture that 200-day moving average at $31. But there's a lot of, I mean, there's not a lot of volume here at like $30 and $31. You could see an overreach where AVAX just continues being bullish if it is going to be a V-shaped recovery. And you could see AVAX get back to the point of control at $36, this blue line right here. And then you know for damn sure we're back to being bullish again on AVAX, because then you'll be above the 200-day moving average. You'll be back at the point of control, and you can start seeing if, you know, AVAX here will start going to higher prices. Long-term target, if AVAX does get bullish again, is about like $52, which is where the high volume node is sitting at for AVAX. Okay, that's the bullish case on AVAX. I think all I did was the bullish case. The bearish case on AVAX is, geez, if we lose that $20 level, then we're probably going to come down, because we have a gap here in the VRVP. We're probably going to come down to like $10. So you could possibly lose 50% if AVAX is going to continue being bearish here. Okay, so that's the bearish target, is about $10.60 for AVAX. Okay, I like giving you guys both sides, because I know some of you guys like to be bullish and some of you guys are bearish. So I'm gonna give you, you know, the bullish and the bearish case. The bearish case on AVAX, $10. The bullish case, you'll see $30 again, and then possibly $50 later on this year. All right, we'll go on to Aptos. Aptos, APT, okay, is up 4% today. Aptos is in bearish territory below the 200-day moving average, which is sitting at $8.83. We're actually near the point of control right now for AVAX at like $6 and well, the point of control, the blue line, is at $6.17 right now, I believe. So there's a lot of volume here at the low $6 area. If AVAX is bottoming out here, then the bullish case is that we just continue up going to higher prices, and if we do, it's gonna quickly shoot up because we got this volume gap here on the VRVP, and we could see $8 Aptos real quick and really short order here. We might get some resistance by this green line, the $7, which is at $7.12 might be the first area that Aptos goes sideways before it continues going up again. But you know, if Aptos is going to be bullish here, then I do believe that the $8.83 is where a lot of this volume is on the VRVP, and it's also where the 200-day moving average is sitting at. So you could see that in the near future. That'd be my near-term bullish target on Aptos. And then, you know, long term here, You got some high volume at $12, so you could see Aptos back at $12 again later on, probably like in the next couple of months here. And then we'll see if, you know, Aptos can get right back to where it was in early December when it got up to like $15. Okay. So that's about almost like a double in price from where it is right now. The bearish case for Aptos is that, you know, if we lose right here at like $4.50, then, you know, it could be a very steep and sharp drop, but we don't really have that much data of Aptos being below that. Besides, looking back here in 2023 on this Coinbase chart here, we did see Aptos at like $3. Okay, so the bearish case is that Aptos could come down to $3, and you lose another 50% of your position here on Aptos if we're going to be bearish. Okay, but that's only if we lose $4.50. So if we're bearish on Aptos, then it comes down to $4.50. If $4.50, if we lose that, then we come down to $3 on Aptos. And I think that's gonna be it, guys, for this live stream. Appreciate you guys coming out to live stream. I know it's pretty tough there out in the markets. We'll look once again at Bitcoin real quick here. You know, like I said earlier in the live stream, I want to see Bitcoin make a V-shaped recovery, and get the short sellers to panic, and get the buyers to also panic, because they're going to feel like they missed out on this dip here if we just come right back up to $90,000, $95,000 by the end of Sunday here. And that could be the fuel and liquidity that we need to go right back up to higher prices here. But I just don't know if we're going to get that V-shaped recovery, because we have tariffs coming into coming into effect here in the United States for next week, next Tuesday, I believe. Tariffs on Canada and Mexico is going to be coming in. And then, you know, just looking into the economic chart here, I'll show you guys what we have for going into next week. For next week, on Monday, we have, you know, ISM manufacturing. That's a pretty important number to be looking at. That comes out at 10 a.m. If we get a number below 50, that could signal weakness in the economy. Also, we have jobs report on Wednesday by ADP. If that comes in weak, that could scare investors again. We got some more job numbers on Thursday, and then of course Friday we have the U.S. jobs report from the federal government. If that one comes in low too, because they've been laying off a lot of people in the government, that could scare the markets, that people are losing their jobs, and you know, just be on the lookout for those numbers going into next week. You know, pencil that into your calendar here. Friday at 8:30 on March 7th is probably going to create a lot of volatility in the markets. We'll just have to see how the markets read. The markets might actually like a low number on unemployment, because that could cause the federal government to the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates, and that would be good for Bitcoin and crypto if they lower interest rates. So we'll see. It might be initial downward movement. You might move down a little bit, only to then go back up again once people digest that information that unfortunately losing jobs is bad, but is actually good for interest rates and good for crypto. So we'll see how that goes into next week. But guys, thank you for coming on board to the Meet Damien channel. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, where I go live around this time, 4 or 5 p.m. East Coast time. And the next live stream is going to be on Sunday around this time, about 5 p.m. East Coast time is when I usually go live on Sundays. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll just be on the lookout for the Bitcoin V-shaped recovery if we get that this week. If we don't, if we don't get that this weekend or going into early next week, then, you know, Bitcoin could trade sideways and we could get some more pain going into next week. All right, that's my synopsis for this live stream here, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on. Be on the lookout for my live stream on Sunday, 5 p.m. Take care, guys.